I made a guide on how free-to-players can escape free-to-play using bonds and in-game currency, not real-life money. It's time for the sequel. It's time to show you guys how your first bond could be your ticket to a lifetime of membership without spending a single penny in real life. So I'm going to start off with a fresh account, not use the same account from before. I want to start from a lower level to show that it can be done on basically any account. You don't have to be higher level to do this stuff. But I'm going to start on a new account and stay in free-to-play until I have some stats that I want that will help me when I finally become a member. Because as soon as you become a member with a bond, you're on a time limit. You have 14 days to play the game and also make money for another bond. Otherwise you have to pay with real money. So before we get put on a time limit, I just want to do some preparation. Plop. I'm in free-to-play. I'm not going to cover a lot of what I'm doing in here in free-to-play. This isn't a free-to-play guide. If you want a free-to-play guide, watch the videos I mentioned earlier. It's called Escaping Free-to-Play. Just put that in the YouTube search thing. But in preparation for becoming a member, here's what I done. I got an OP starter kit from Adventurer John. Anyone can do this. Any new player in free-to-play, just speak to this dude. He'll give you a starter kit, a bunch of mage robes, a bunch of armor. It's pretty insane. I trained some magic uncouts and collected their loot. It's time to start questing, starting off with Cook's Assistant. The reason I want to do some quests, Cheap Shooter done by the way, is because I want 32 quest points. Misthal Mystery done by the way, and the reason I want 32 quest points is because I want to start Dragon Slayer, and I'm getting a 10k GP out of the Stronghold of Security. What the? What the? Okay. What? I just picked up a mil GP and 5,000 new lots. So this dude was trying to drop trade, but they stopped people from doing that. Your items don't show up for you, only for other people like that. So he was stood over his items. He didn't see them. I did. I picked them up. Obviously, I'm going to give him them back. I can't actually give him the U logs until I have 7 quest points. So we've got to complete Romeo and Juliet. And there it is. Done. I can now give this guy his logs. I learned the same way this dude learned. I learned the hard way. I tried to drop trade myself back when old school RuneScape first came out, maybe in the first year or two. I tried to drop trade one of my accounts, 5 million GP. And it didn't work. I just lost 5 million GP. It despawned or someone else picked up. I don't know what happened. It just vanished. The grind for 32 quest points continues because with the start of Dragon Slayer I unlock the ability to equip an anti-fire shield, an anti-dragon fire shield. And I'm going to use that bad boy to do our first money making method in members. You'll find out about that in a minute or two. We just got an inventory of cowhides. We're going to use these to get 10 crafting. Tan them at this tanner dude in Alcarid. Go to the crafting shop, buy needle and thread, turn them into kills, get 10 crafting. Now, when we become a member, we can make bowstring. Making bowstring is a super easy, low level, only need 10 crafting money making method which gives you crafting XP and 200k GP per hour. I'll showcase that in a little bit. And now one of the last things we're going to do in free to play, train woodcutting. We're going to chop normal trees at the GE until 15. We're going to chop these oak trees until 30. Now we're 30, we're at Draenor, but these wizards are attacking us, so I'm just going to fight them back until I get a couple of magic levels. That should bring me up above the combat level so these guys stop attacking me. We're going to chill out here at Draenor until 57 woodcutting. It's going to take a while, but luckily we're not on a timer. I've been taking my time in this free to play. It's been a couple of days since I actually made the account. I'm just chilling, there's no rush. There it is, 57 woodcutting, we got it. Missed the level pop for the vid, but who cares? Let's get the hell out of free to play. Actually, let's start Dragon Slayer first so we can get that anti-fire shield. TY Duke Herrico, time to become a member. The reason we got 57 woodcutting is so we can use the canoes up to the wilderness for getting to the lava dragons really easily. I could have easily just bought a burning amulet in membership and teleported into the wilderness and got there, but I'm in free to play, may as well have just AFK'd to 57 woodcutting so I can chop down the log and make a canoe. And we're here ready to do our first trip of lava dragons just after getting the shield, but first, time to get a bond. A single old school bond, it costs $3.99 in UK pounds and gives me 14 days of membership. And now hopefully I can show you how a single bond can give you a lifetime of membership by just paying for bonds with cash over and over, never spend a real penny. These were my stats at the end of the free-to-play session. 21 magic is a big one. I'm going to fire strike lava dragons for money. Here we are paddling to the wilderness. I'm not going to get attacked by a lot of PKers. Only low-level PKers can attack me, and there's not much of them at lava dragons, at least from my experience. So hopefully we do this fairly safely and don't get PK'd even once. The lava dragons can be found on Lava Dragon Island, which is just kind of far up in the wilderness, still in the free-to-play section of the wilderness, although lava dragons are a members-only feature. I use the canoe here and run around into the gate, and I use this little spot next to this tree where my cursor is. Other ways of getting here is using a Revenant's Cave teleport. Those cost money. I would prefer using the canoe. You can also use these obelisks, but it takes some time. It's kind of RNG unless you have some diaries done to where those obelisks teleport you to, because there's a bunch of them in the wilderness. And you can also use a burning amulet, but the run to the gate to the Lava Dragon Island is humongous, so using the canoe, definitely the best method. The inventory and gear setup I found more ideal was some basic pieces of mage gear, a wizard hat, maybe a wizard top, an anti-fire shield, because sometimes the dragons do attack you even though you want to safe spot them, and they can never attack you if you safe spot them correctly. In case they do, I've got this shield and I won't just get one shot. Obviously got my Staff of Fire, I've got my runes in my inventory. You should bring enough casts to do a full inventory. I found that anywhere between 500 and 1000 casts worth of runes is enough for me. Your axe, obviously, to use the canoe system. A couple of pieces of food. You only need to bring 4 or 5 pieces of food, ideally lobsters or something, just in case the dragons do attack you. Has a chance of dropping an item called the looting bag, which you should get from lava dragons eventually, and you keep that in your inventory because it helps you store the loot that you get. You put it in the looting bag, then you take that bag to the bank and deposit it. And the spot I like to use in the lava dragons is on the west side, just below the gate, so just slightly southwest of the gate. There's this tree, and a lava dragon spawns next to the tree, and if you hide behind the tree, the dragon can't get you. You gotta make sure when you're traveling through the Lava Dragon Island to stay away from all the dragons, because you don't want to get attacked by one of them, especially if you're as low level as I am. You don't have much hit points, they could potentially one-shot you. Now I'm hiding behind the tree, I'm going to auto-cast Fire Strike on the nearest Lava Dragon. Make sure it's in the safe spot, make sure it can't attack you just by standing in the spot I'm attacking in. You might have to leave this spot to get its attention by attacking it, then run back to this spot, wait for it to be safe spotted, and you're golden. Now you're going to safe spot the dragons, pick up their loot over and over and over again until you have a full inventory, until you can't carry anything more. Then you're going to get out of dodge. You're going to come back the way you came, run down past the canoe spot that you came from until you're below level 30 wilderness. Then you can use your Amulet of Glory that I suggested you bring in the gear setup. Use that to Edgeville. You can deposit your stuff in the bank, and right next to Edgeville is another canoe system. Once you've deposited your loot, maybe got more runes, you can use the canoe nearby just to go back into the wilderness, rinse and repeat. And a final tip is that when you're doing the lava dragons, keep your menu on the logout menu, so if you see a white dot on your minimap, you see someone to come try and fight you, try and PK you, you can just click logout before they attack you, you're safe. That is my very first trip completed. I'm excited to see how much money I've made. Probably not very much, because I didn't really get any good items, at least not that I know of. I would have stayed longer because I've got a looting bag, but I've run out of air runes, or near enough. After selling everything, I got about 50k. That makes sense. I only got 4 kills, and I didn't get good loot from those 4 kills. They have a chance of dropping Onyx Bolt Tips, which are around 100k GP. It's a 100k drop, and they also drop rune items and stuff. I didn't get any of that. I got Adamant 2-handers and some law runes, so I got pretty unlucky my first trip, but I did get 50k starter cash. Now I'm going to buy a Amulet of Glory to make it a little bit better. It provides good stats and a better teleport out. I've got a Glory and I've got some robe action on the go. It's time to go back. Trip number 2 done. Again, I got quite unlucky. I got 7 kills, only 1 rune item, no bolt tips. It took 30 minutes to make 104k. And with that you might think, oh wow, that means it's only 200k GP per hour. Not really, because the longer you do it, the higher chance you have of getting multiple Onyx Bolt Tips, multiple rune items, and that GP per hour will shoot up over 300-400k GP per hour. If you accidentally get got like I just did, I just misclicked or something went wrong, I went out the safe spot and got blasted, don't worry too much. All you need to do is get an axe. You can pickpocket men for GP, you can use that GP to buy an axe out of Bob's axe shop in Lumbridge, then use the canoe back up to the wilderness, run and get your items. After about an hour and a half, maybe over 2 hours of doing lava dragons, I got 29 kills and I got just under 500k GP, as you can see from the loot tab. That's a decent amount of money for my first day in membership, but the day's not over. One of my favourite money making methods for early members is fletching, especially fletching after level 70 fletching, because that's when you can string your longbows and you make about 400k GP per hour, but we have to get to 70 fletching first, which sounds like a high level. It's fletching, it really isn't. It doesn't take much time to get 70 fletching, and the time you do spend fletching, it's like an AFKable low input skill, so it's a good second monitor experience while you're watching YouTube, Netflix, or even playing another game. I've run out of normal logs that I collected in free to play while getting that 57 woodcutting, so I'm just buying some out of the Grand Exchange. The amount of net loss is so small that it doesn't really matter. I've moved on to making oak longbows, which is technically a 4 GP profit. Believe it or not, I'm making stacks. I'm now making willow short bows, which are actually an 18 GP profit per bow. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, I've been watching a lot of Netflix. I'm 65 fletching and I'm making maple longbows, which are about a 58 GP per profit per bow. So the higher level you get in fletching, the more money you're going to make, and the level I need is 70. I've got a bunch of maple logs in the back. I'm going to finish them off, then I'm going to go to bed, and that ends day 1. I made this cheeky wee calendar to keep track of what I'm doing on each day for the 14 days I have membership. The days in blue are the days where I'm a member. I was a free-to-play noob for the first week or so I've got 14 days, 13 days now to get a bond. And I'm not going to spend every single day focused on making money like I did on day 1. I want to progress the account like I would if I was playing casually, but wanting to use bonds from in-game currency to pay for my membership. Day 2 has started. I'm going to lava dragons. I'm sick of fletching. Lava dragons are a bit more fun, a little bit spooky because there's a risk of getting got, and there's a good chance of getting onyx bolt tips, which I haven't had yet. I just want bolt tips, then I'll be happy. Hey look, a peak here trying to get me. He's too high level, he's level 124. Only level 70s and below can actually attack me, which is why I'm doing lava dragons early on, and it's the only time I'm going to be doing lava dragons. Because the higher combat levels you get, the more chance you are of getting PK'd, which kind of ruins the money making method. Ho ho ho, there they are, onyx bolt tips on the first strip of the second day. That's all I wanted. It's 100k. Once you get onyx bolt tips, get out of Dodge. There's no point sticking around. It's the most valuable thing you've got. Let's sell everything we've gotten from lava dragons and see how much money we've made. Hitting collect gives us 622k. That's a lot of GP from lava dragons from just today and yesterday, giving us a total cash stack of 1.1 million GP. From being free to play into doing lava dragons and fletching, I've made 1/5 of a bond already, and it's only day 2. Let's get a chronicle and some teleport cards for easy teleports to Varrock. I want to start making some account progress. I'm a bit bored of making money just fletching and doing lava dragons. I want to get this account to a point that I'm happy with, because the idea for these videos is to play the account as if I was a kind of casual player who's looking to use money to buy bonds, not real life money. I'm going to do some of the classic membership quests that all new members should consider doing because they give you a great amount of XP. That includes Waterfall Quest. I won't be running you through these quests. This isn't a quest guide or an overall guide on how to play membership. It's a money making guide with some casual progress elements in it. Actually, while I'm in the neighbourhood, I should also start the Grand Tree quest. I'm just going to start a bunch of quests and not finish them, and just do them as I get to those areas, like progress them as I go to the areas where they need to be progressed. To complete the Grand Tree, we need 25 agility. We may as well start training now. At level 10 agility, you can start doing the rooftop agility courses, which are usually the best XP, and they provide marks of grace, which let you buy graceful outfit later on down the line once you've got enough of them, which reduce your weight and increase your run energy recharge time. Incredibly useful, so it's good to start agility rooftop right now. Now at level 20 I can do the Alcarid course. There it is, 25, we can now complete the Grand Tree. Before doing any quest that requires me to fight some sort of boss, it's good to do the Witch's House because you get a truck ton of HP experience. I'm now 34 hit points. And while I was in Taverley, I completed the Druidic Ritual quest so I can train Herblore, level 3 Herblore. There's Fight Arena done for loads of attack XP and some thieving XP. Fighting this Khazard Warlord dude is always a bit finicky. I attack him until he gets close to me, then I run out of his melee range, his sort of patrol range, so he can't physically get to me. Then I attack him out of that range, he runs all the way back, so I run back into his range, attack him, rinse and repeat. The quest gave us another 11,000 attack XP. Our attack level is skyrocketing. It's a lot faster than training. Waterfall quest done for more XP, almost 14,000 attack XP and 14,000 strength XP. And the Grand Tree done for 18,000 attack XP, 8,000 agility XP and 2,000 magic XP. These quests are OP and you should definitely do them all. Even if you're low level, all you need is Fire Strike to do all these quests. You can safe spot basically every boss involved. And to chill out, finish off the day of scaping, I'm just making use short bows AFK fletching, well, again chilling watching stuff, second screen experience. Making use short bows isn't any profit, it usually breaks even, but it's better XP, and I need level 70 so I can start making real money from fletching. Day 3, 70 fletching. I bought a few thousand flax out of the Grand Exchange. It's really cheap, cheap as chips. then I'm going to head to Lumbridge and turn it into bowstring. This is an incredibly easy, low level, only requires 10 crafting money making method, and it's a pretty low input AFKable money making method. It's not as good as lava dragons, it's not as good as the fletching method I'm about to show you. It's okay for being a brand new member needing starter cash. It can substitute lava dragons for getting starter cash. And it's also good beginner crafting XP. I just got 40 crafting. I'm not only doing this for the money, 200k GP per hour or so, but I'm also doing it because 36 crafting is a requirement for the medium Varrock diary. I've made the medium Varrock diary a kind of side goal. If I want to progress the account, I'm going to progress the account towards the requirements of being able to do the medium Varrock diary, because that unlocks being able to purchase 30 battle staves for 7k each out of the staff store in Varrock, and you can sell them on the Grand Exchange for a decent profit. After making 2,800 bowstring, it's time to buy 2,800 unstrung yew longbows. Stringing these yew longbows can make me roughly 400k GP per hour. The method is low input, you only have to get a new inventory every 20 seconds or so, which is a couple of clicks, it's no big deal. So yeah, it's a pretty chilled out 400k GP per hour money making method. If I bought the bowstrings along with the yew longbows unstrung, strung them together, I would have made a 600k GP profit, but because I strung the bows from scratch, I made a little bit more. It's not actually worth the time to string the bowstring before making the bows. It's actually faster just to buy the bowstring and the bows and make them together, because making bowstrings only 200k GP per hour, while buying bowstring, buying the unstrung bows, making them is actually 400k GP per hour. So unless you need crafting experience, it's actually worth just buying bowstring out of the Grand Exchange. So day 3, I just done a little bit of crafting and some fletching for a few hours, didn't spend much time on day 3, and on day 4 I didn't play whatsoever. I tried to make this as realistic as possible as a casual player, so I'm spending a couple of hours each day playing the game and occasionally not playing the game. There is 10 herblore, a Varrock diary requirement like I mentioned before. I just got it while standing at the Grand Exchange, just buy some Eyes of Newt, some Guam, unfinished potions, mix them together for a few minutes, get level 10 herblore. Another requirement is 25 thieving, so we're just going to steal some cakes, then do some quests. Hazel Cult quest done for 1500 XP. That is the Client of Kren quest complete, where it involves running around the entire continent of Zea, which was a bit of a pain, takes a little while, you need some stamina potions, but you get some XP lamps out of it, which is pretty cool for the early game. I put them on thieving. I kind of regret doing that. I kind of wish I put them on rune crafting actually. The Queen of Thieves quest completed in Zea on Piscarelius. It gives me 2000 thieving XP. Level 24 now, one more to go. And that is Tribal Totem complete, really quick quest, 1700 thieving XP, level 26 now. We done it. And I'm in a questing mood, and that's a rare thing, so I'm going to keep just doing quests that I need to do, including the dig site quest. The rewards for doing this are pretty good, it unlocks a lot of future quests, and it gives me good XP. I got 32 mining and 17 herblore. I definitely regret starting a Soulsbane with such low defense, because I've had to go to the bank after each room doing this quest. It's a bit of a pain, but we finally done it. It's worth it, it's for the Varrock diary anyway. And that concludes day 5, a very questy day. Day 6, time to start Slayer. It's going to be a nice change of pace because all I've been doing is AFK fletching, making money or doing quests. Low level Slayer, you don't make much money if you make any money at all, but it's worth investing in it and getting started, because as you get higher level in Slayer you start making very good money. You can do gargoyles and wyverns and you get these good money making tasks. Well, with the Ensouled Heads update that came out with Zea and Arceus, it might actually be a little bit of money, because the Ensouled Heads can sell for a few KGP on the Grand Exchange. I've got a couple of Ensouled Scorpion heads in my inventory. Vanaka, Hill Giants, thank you very much. Hill Giants are actually okay making money. And to wrap up day 6, I'm just going to do some second monitor money making by making new longbows with bowstring and unstrung bows. So day 6 was pretty chill, just done a little bit of Slayer and done some fletching. Day 7, the last day of this video, I finished making the bows and I'm going to sell them for a chunk of change. Look at that, over 2 million GP I'm selling 4 million bows for, and I should make a pretty juicy profit. Let's collect 2.176 million GP. And if you look at the history, I made about 700k profit in under 2 hours. We are under halfway into the time limit of our bond, but we are over halfway towards the GP for a bond. We are going to continue with agility today. I already have the requirement for the Varrock diary, which is 30, but it's just good to train up. The higher agility level you are, the more shortcuts you can use, and with rooftop agility I get more marks of grace, so I can get my graceful outfit faster, and the higher your agility level, the faster your run energy restores, so just overall having agility is a very good thing. We missed the level pop, but we did get 40 agility here on Varrock. We can now use the Canifus rooftop course. of course, to get to Canifis, we need to do Priest in Peril, which is a quest we really need to do, not just for training more agility, but for our future money-making methods in the next video. We also have 29 Marks of Grace. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we end day 7. Again, it was a fairly short day. I'm keeping it casual. I'm not going hard every single day. I'm playing it as a casual player would, just to prove you can be a casual player and maintain your membership with bonds. We covered a bunch of different money-making methods, making bowstring, doing lava dragons, and fletching new longbows mainly. In fact, if you in your RuneScape client right now type wiki space moneymakers, a web page will load up on the old school RuneScape wiki showing you a giant list of different money-making methods. If you remember looking to make money so you can buy your next bond, just check out that list and see what best money-making methods you can do with your levels and with the quest you've completed, and hell, maybe even make a better money-making method your goal to give you inspiration or motivation to continue playing RuneScape and leveling up your account. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. We're nearing 100,000 subscribers. We're halfway through 70k right now. It's pretty exciting stuff, so click subscribe. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a channel member. It only costs 99 cents and you get a bunch of perks for doing so, and it helps obviously support the channel. You can buy merch. There's mugs and t-shirts. Check it out. Thank you very much. Shout out to Nemo M, White Foxer, Deranged, Tamashi, Mitchell H, Mr. Granley, Rough Giraffes, Vicken, and the Bearded Jake for being high tier channel members and supporting the channel immensely. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.